Kagalosh Boker Or. We're just continuing with Halachot and Siman Samech Sif Aleph. We were speaking yesterday about cutting the nails on erev Shabbat. So we mentioned the concept brought down that we should not cut it according to the seder, which means that according to the normal order, but rather we're going to do a special order. And we start with whether it's going to be divaga or bidaga. So basically, which fingers you start with. I wanted to read to you today, this morning, on Abu Daham. Rabbi David Abu Daham brings down and said in Tilat Adayim in the name of Chochmet Tzorfat Uprevencia, and the Sifrei Musar also, that they come and they say as follows: if right now a person is going to cut their nails on the normal order, he says Yesh Shachanad Meod. It's difficult for their remembering, meaning he'll start forgetting a lot of different things. If he starts with the middle finger, Yikbor et banav, he will bury his own children. If he's going to start with a pinky, Yotziu alav shemrav v'yitkayem alav. So then they're going to put a bad name to him, a libel, and it's going to actually be fulfilled. One of these words be smaller would be amin, but in the right hand, matchil begudam seim et kamitza. He's going to start with the thumb, and he's going to finish with the second last finger, which is the ring finger. The Machzor Vitri also says that a person should not do one finger after another. That means forget about even an order. Let's say pretend you're going to do, so you shouldn't do one after another, because that's also kasher leshicha. So therefore, now we understand why every single time you're skipping. So first of all, you're never going to start, whether it's going to be with the pinky or you're not going to start with the middle finger, and you're not going. But now also that it always has to skip a finger. Why do you have to skip a finger? In order for it to be that it's not going to be kasher l'shikha. Now, my uncle, when he heard this shiur, David Benaim, he's the Rosh V'Katzin of the Chevra Kadisha of Gimlut Chasadim in Gibraltar. So he told me that one of the reasons why they were always told to be a makpid on this is because the Rochatzim, when they come and they clean the body after 120, they do it kisidran, they do it in the normal order. So in order to differentiate that a person should never have to do that until after 120, they don't do it in the normal order. Now if you realize, when we came and we gave the order, we went and we said, the Ramah starts divaga, which is going to be on the left hand. He's going to start with the dalid, which is going to be the ring finger, divaga. You're going to the second finger, which is going to be the pointer. Now again, you're always skipping one finger. So you do dalid, bet. Now you cannot do aleph or hey. So you have to go hey, gimel, aleph, divhaga. Now on the other finger, which is on the right, on the other hand, you're going to start bidaga, because once you finish here, you can't continue. So you're going to start, right, bidaga. They give a siman, which is basically kashya belatirutz. What does that mean? When a person has a question, they're not misudar, right? What does that mean? They're not structured. They don't have follow through. So that's why they come and they ask a question. So kashya is basically going to be, right, the siman in order to remember it. He says, why is it going to be the order to remember it? He says when it's going to be that the keshet is going to start, that he's going to, the kmitza is going to be small, kuf is the kmitza. Remember that when they used to do the kmitza in the Bet HaMikdash, they used to do it, like this. So it used to be with the ring finger. So kmitza is small, and then you've got yamin, which is the yod of kashya. It's an acronym. Kuf is the kmitza of small, and then yamin, it's going to be the aleph, which is going to be that gudal. What does that mean exactly? So he comes and he says like this. He says something like this. He says, since the Ramah brought down that there's a siman to remember, and the siman to remember, it started with the left hand because it said the small first. So the Tehillah David says, really, Be'emet, you're supposed to start with the right finger, the right hand, as we mentioned yesterday. The only thing is, since there was a siman to remember, and the mnemonic to remember started with the left hand, so you start with the left hand. But really, Be'emet, you should start with the right hand. Other people want to say that you do start with the left hand, and the reason why is because it's like taking off the shoes. You remember, whenever you put on shoes, you always put on your right and then your left. When you're taking them off, you first take off the left and you take off the right. So the same thing they want to say that when you're cutting the nails, maybe it's like taking off something. So therefore you would start with the left and not with the right. So just to make a very quick summary, yesterday we did say that the Sfaradim, right, starting with the Arizal HaKadosh, the Rav Chida and everything, they were not makpidim on this, which means that they said that you don't have to be makpid, you could cut your nails however you want, really, right? But there is obviously a lot brought down, whether in the Rishonim, to be careful, and there are people that do say, Pelioetz and others, and say, what do you care if you're going to be careful? What are you losing out? At the end of the day, you're not losing anything if you're doing it this way. However, though, again, when you're going to do it, you would not do two fingers straight, one after another. You would start either with the right or the left. I told you there's two different versions, but you would start with just the mnemonic is going to be Div Haga and Bid Aga, the bet. Then you're going to continue after that. So that's Bezrat Hashem, just to sum up how you're supposed to cut your nails on Erev Shabbat.